yesterday. Was kind of busy. I did trade. I'm definitely going to go over what I was trying to execute to start the week, what I should have been looking for, and how I could have adapted to make a better effort at catching a quality trade. The video's not going to be too long, man. I'm honestly going to just be breaking down gold. That's pretty much going to be my primary focus for this week. I may dabble with trading US 30 if I get presented an opportunity, and if so, then I'll go ahead and be breaking that down into the next video, man. But let's go ahead and hop right into it. Um, so we'll just do a top-down analysis, like I usually do. But this is pretty much for anyone who is watching my videos for the first time. I definitely like to see what price action is doing and how market structure is flowing before anything. So we see here, this is where we had our previous all-time high before breaking and forming a new higher high above this area. So this was an all-time high at first, and then we have our second our higher high point that created that new all-time high. So for this one, I honestly just put previous. So previous all-time high. Now we're gonna go from our monthly to our weekly. So we see here on weekly we did form this level of resistance. Now we formed resistance here within the past 2 weeks, but 3 weeks ago we did get price to reach to this area, and then it just pretty much exhausted, most likely forming a higher low on like your 4 hour or 1 hour time frame. But let's go ahead and mark this off so we know that weekly time frame did find a level of resistance at this high, and then price is currently getting that retracement to form that higher low to then get back up to our high point. So weekly to daily, we see here off daily time frame, price did wick down into these levels. Let's go ahead and mark this off. I'm gonna go ahead and do this dotted line here, and then right in here where price gave us like a higher low opportunity. So we're gonna go from our daily. Yeah, let me actually, that's ugly. Scratch that. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave these random lines to identify these daily low points that were created here in the month of February, about midpoint, or however you want to call it. And then we have our new support zone, where this daily level of support did get tested with this daily bearish candle, and then we had our bullish engulfing here that formed with Sunday to Monday's candle. So we're gonna go ahead and break this down to the smaller time frames, 4 hour time frame. Let's see how we can identify structure. So we see here, once we got to this all-time high point 29.57 where price found resistance, weekly time frame did show exhaustion, which is why I have this purple zone. Now I'm gonna go ahead and draw a random line to identify and show support and how price could have potentially transitioned so you could catch that short opportunity, as price is pretty much at a higher high point. You do want to get that higher low point, so you could have definitely anticipated it once you got a break of that support, which is right here with this green random line that I've drawn here. Price rallied down to support based off your daily time frame and then tested. So we're going to go from 4 hour to our 1 hour time frame. Now we see here, based off your 1 hour time frame, you could begin to identify the lower high points that were forming and were showing that the sellers were getting stronger in the market. So you have this lower high point, and then you have price honestly forming lower high points right in here as well. So this is pretty much your last lower high point before you had this bearish push down. So like right in here. Now one thing I do want to try and identify is you have this transition right in here, lower high. You got a price kind of reach to test that area, a minor lower high point right in here, which could have honestly been an area that someone could have executed off of, just based off of your technicals and how you view the market. Now what I was looking for and what was making sense to me was to execute sales. Now reason being I was looking for sales was because we were getting that bearish transition. You had this area here go from support to resistance, you had support here, but also a level of resistance in here, support, support, and then you have price transition in here, but then you also have this area here with support, now turn resistance. So to start the week, we did gap up right in here, as you guys can tell. We did hit this level of broken support as resistance. So I was looking to execute sells along this whole area, and they were very short lived. Price did not hold as long as I would have expected it to. We barely got a gap fill as well, which was what I was anticipating for those sells, but it just didn't work out to start the week. So this position that I got in for sales, I did risk a little more than I should have and gave myself more opportunities, which resulted in a loss for the day. So this one resulted in a loss. You see price ended up pushing bullish. Now I wouldn't have been looking for buy opportunities. I mean, the only way I would have felt comfortable executing buy opportunities is if price were to test this level of resistance as support. So this would have been my confirmation zone for buys. If price came down to this level, tested this level as support, I would have definitely been okay with executing buys to the upside, but this would have been my confluence level for that. Now, since price did maintain this level of support, you've seen price push up to test this minor level of resistance, and then we got this higher low point right inside of this, inside of this range. This would have been a good area for execution for buys, but I wasn't looking for that, so I missed out on this opportunity. Now we see price play up to test this level of resistance at market open, and price pulled, retraced a little bit, found a higher low opportunity, and then you see here price pretty much found itself in a range again. Now for yesterday, I was looking for sell opportunities once again. Now it's pretty much the same reasoning behind my first opportunity for Sunday. We have this area of interest based off your 1 hour and 4 hour time frame, resistance, support, support, resistance, these resistance levels, and then price found resistance right in here. So we see here price finding resistance, but we also have this resistance level as well. So this level is also something to keep an eye on. Now we have price find a new level of support here, and then we have our level or resistance, and then we have our level of support. So once price tested resistance and formed our first bearish engulfing, this could have been a good indication that sellers were going to begin to enter the market. Now it is still early in the day. We just got our daily candle close. Price found support and formed a higher low opportunity based off this previous level of resistance. So we have that price tested that level of resistance again, pulled down, came back up, pulled down again for two minor higher low points. Now I was looking for sell opportunities once price broke this area right in here. This was around 6, about to be 6 p.m. And I was pretty much holding the trade and anticipating that we would push further, and it resulted in price pulling back and me pretty much being uncomfortable with the trade. So I did close that. And then later in session, we got this nearly a bearish engulfing, which happened around 8 p.m. Price pulled back into that level of resistance, and then I was able to execute again right in here for sells. Now this trade resulted in a loss, and once again I did risk more than I should have, and it resulted in me losing one of my accounts. But it's alright, I just got to continue to bounce back. I'm still blessed that I have my other funded account that I was able to achieve last week. So that's just something for me to learn from. But for anyone who was executing gold, this would have been a good buy opportunity because these sells didn't play out. Now the only reason it would have been a good opportunity for buys was because we were currently trading above our daily levels of support that I had drawn out here. Well, not necessarily support, but your daily low levels that were a potential higher low opportunity, but they show more volume within the candles on like your 4 hour and 1 hour time frame, that you can see those levels of support formed there. So we got our first higher low opportunity above that daily level of support, or right on. Then you had price form another higher low, and then another higher low here, and this would have gave you a bullish engulfing based off your 15-minute time frame. Now anyone who is flowing with current bullish price action could have definitely seen this as an opportunity and executed. Now if I was on my 15-minute time frame, I would have definitely entered a buy opportunity here. If I wasn't looking for sales, would have placed my stop loss below that higher low, or honestly below that last level of support for about 136 pips, and then you could have aimed for the previous highs and you would have caught about a 1 to 2 R to R, which would have played out smoothly. Now it is unfortunate that I was looking for sales and I wasn't able to execute on this, but that just goes to show that I can't always stick to one bias based off certain levels getting hit. I need to also wait for my confirmations in those zones so I don't lose sight of what price action is doing for my session that I'm trading. So hopefully that made sense. I'm gonna cut the video short here. Hopefully you guys learned something that you guys can apply to your analysis. But okay, actually before I end this, I actually want to show you guys what I'm gonna be aiming for going into London session. My bad about that. I forgot to break that down. So okay, so we know for sure based off our daily time frame we are still bullish. We're about to get a daily candle close right now, and we can see here that we are closing bullish, and we've had 2 straight days of bullish candles. We're gonna go to our 1 hour time frame. Now we see here based off our 1 hour time frame, what is price doing? You see price formed a higher low at the downside at that daily level of support. Then you had these 2 higher low opportunities, and now we have our last higher low opportunity. So this is something that I'm gonna definitely be keeping an eye on right in here. So we see here we have our hourly level of resistance, and this can honestly be your last 38.2% lower high point, just based off of this low right in here. Like we could, oops, wrong one. We can draw out our fib that wicked off 38.2. That could potentially stand, and then this could have been your break of structure, honestly. So we'll leave it at that. So we have our last level of support that was broken here. Price transitioned above this high, then we had that higher low. Now we're testing this level of resistance. So let's see how we can draw out our support in this area. Let's see how this looks on the smaller time frame, because price can clearly still hold as bullish structure, and we get minor higher low points, so we could potentially execute to get back up to our 2940 levels. So 1 hour time frame. Okay, that looks good. So let me do this. Boom. So you have your first transition right in here, resistance now found as support. You can draw a lower level of support right in here based off of this area, and now you see price transitioning. So since this is your level of support, this is going to be our lower high point within that 1 hour level of resistance, and then our 1 hour higher low point that was formed here. I'll just go ahead and leave that back so it makes sense in my next video. For those that are currently watching this one and are going to see the next one, then you guys will see how I left my technicals, and maybe they got respected or maybe they didn't. So let's see, 1 hour time frame, got our higher low. See prices flowing. Price currently exhausted with buyers on our last hourly candle from the hours of 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. We see here we are still flowing bullish. Yeah, so the only way I'm gonna be executing is if price can give us buy opportunities. I don't know if I want to sell, just because I've been getting capped with sales all week, and it just hasn't played in my favor. We haven't truly shown a break and retest of like a level of support to get a bearish transition just yet. Price seems to just be stalling as we find resistance, support, resistance, support. you got like resistance and kind of support in here, resistance, support. So as long as price continues to flow like that and we continue to maintain our levels of support and we get bullish confirmations, and I will be executing buys. Now the only way I will be looking for sells, and this is just to look back on in this video and keep myself accountable, is only if we get below 2903. I think that's going to be my level of interest for sales, like 2903.50. If we get below 2903.50 to 2900.50, so about this 30 pip range, I will only be looking for sales below that area. If price comes back to 2900 to 2903, then I will be looking for buys. If price can maintain, give us bullish candles, and we get like minor breaks of resistance, and then we continue to flow and then find a higher low opportunity to continue pushing up. So that's the only way I'm gonna be executing. But yeah, man, that's gonna be my breakdown for gold. I hope you guys are having a better start to the week than I am. Let's continue pushing, man, implementing the right habits, doing the right things, and hopefully we could end the first week of March profitable, and a step closer to our goals, man. So if you watched it to this point of the video, I appreciate you, man. Let's keep doing our thing and killing it, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.